There's so many shifts happening in the world. Sometimes it could get overwhelming and feel like, how do you navigate it, right? Today is January 28th, and it feels like this month has been 4 months already. I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in culture, in society, in the whole new financial restructuring of like Bitcoin and all of this kind of cryptocurrency, blockchain, the emergence of AI and infrastructure and different things. And it's all moving so fast that I think sometimes it's hard to navigate it. And it could get kind of in a space where it's like you don't know what to do next. And I'm speaking from, kind of firsthand experience and what conversations that me and my friends and my family and my business partner is having just around like, how do we navigate this? We're entering into some uncharted territory. We don't know what this is all going to look like. And I think kind of going back to, there was this saying that my business partner was telling me, our COO, and it was about, I think the story was like good, bad, who's to say? And so it was around this village person. And one day he was like working with his horses, and his horses got out and escaped. And the people came and said, oh, I'm so sorry, all your horses left. What are you going to do now? And the guy said, good, bad, who's to say? And the next day, I think some wild horses came back, or some horses came back to the stable or whatever. And the village people came and was like, oh, congratulations. This is incredible. Your horses came back. And he said, good, bad, who's to say? And then his son was trying to like tame the wild horses and ended up falling off and breaking his leg. And the village people came back and said, oh, it's so unfortunate. Your son fell off the horse and broke his leg. And the guy just said again, good, bad, who's to say? And then the next day, a war broke out on the countryside, and they were going around door to door recruiting healthy men. And the son couldn't go to war because he had broke his leg. And so the village people came back and said, oh, you're so lucky. And he just sat back and said, good, bad, who's to say? I had never heard that parable. And it's funny because I hear it a lot now on social, outside of like a year ago when my COO was telling me about it. And I just think it's so true that you don't know how this is all going to play out. And you don't know, sometimes it can look bad and the circumstances can look bad. And really, it's a blessing that is forming and getting you to a place or pushing you to a place where you need to go. You didn't even realize you needed to be. So as I've just gone through life, and these 37 years of life that I've lived and these 20 years in business, I just realized a lot of the times we don't know why things are happening and what the outcome is going to be and what it actually is going to develop into. And I've gotten to a place where I'm starting to understand different patterns and recognition, and starting to understand like, okay, yes, there can be a crisis, but you don't know how this is going to go. Sometimes this is going to be the force that you needed to shift directions or to make you think creatively, because maybe the business idea that you were working on didn't work, or the direction you were working on didn't work, and it came and completely got disrupted. And now you have to switch gears, and it can feel very discouraging sometimes, because you like put all this energy and time into going into this one thing and wanting to work. And then when it doesn't work, you're just like, damn, I put all this time and energy into it. And you don't realize that if you let it play out, a lot of the times it ends up working out better than what you thought. If you try to identify where's the opportunity in this bad situation. And I think that is something that I've been really trying to hone in on, is where is the opportunity in bad situations, and trying to take it one day at a time and work with what you got to do what you can. A lot of times, of course, everything can always be better. There's always something that can be better. But I think what I'm learning about life is you have to work with what you got. And it's funny because you'll start getting to a point where you have a lot to work with, but you're always thinking about the next thing of like, oh, but I need that. And you don't realize how far you've come. And so I think just really constantly bringing back yourself to reality and saying, how do I work with what I have? How do I look at being able to take control over what I have control over, you know, and being able to make the necessary changes, and then accepting the stuff that you can't change. There's certain things that you just can't change in life. There's a lot of things that you can't change in life. Anything external, 9 times out of 10, you can't change it. You can have influence on it to try to help change it, but the only thing that you can do is change your thoughts, your actions, your habits, what you do, who you listen to, who you surround yourself around. You know, those are things that you have control over. And so I'm just, as things are happening and unfolding this year in 2025, because it's already a freaking crazy year, I'm just really focused on looking at where's the opportunity. You know, where are the things that are going to take us to the next level as a society, as a community, and as a whole? Because I think now is the time. There's so much divide in the country. There's so much just like chaos. You know, it's just chaotic. It's like we're all humans at the end of the day, and we all want similar things. You know, we want to have family. We want to have financial resources. We want to be able to have, you know, freedom to do what we want to do, and the resources, and feel safe, and like all of these different things that we want. And so it's just going to require a lot of leadership. It's going to require a lot of us stepping up. It's going to require a lot of us being able to work with what we have, and being able to share resources, being able to help one another and look after each other. And yeah, it's just something that I'm thinking about, and I don't know what that means exactly, and what that looks like in detail, but something about this was just like, okay, let me make this video to really kind of communicate how I'm thinking about it and navigating changes in real time, because I think it's something that we all collectively feel in some way or another right now, whether you're in business or whether you're just trying to get by, you know, whether you're trying to take your life to the next level in career growth, whether you're trying to get through school, whether you're trying to get through just, again, navigating all of these different changes, because we are witnessing and going through some of the biggest changes that we've ever experienced as a human species. We have not, the level of technology and the things that are happening and coming in the next years, within the next half decade, is going to, we're going to live in a completely different world within the next 5 to 10 years. And I think trying to understand the humanity around it, especially because everything is getting outsourced with AI, and AI is going to make us a lot more productive and solve a lot of problems and do a lot of work. I think it's going to require us to kind of reorganize what the human experience is, and what our mission and role and purpose is here on this planet. And I think that there's going to be some big shifts that are going to happen in us finding out our purpose outside of work. You know, it's interesting because with AI is going to replace a lot of work, and a lot of our life is based off of work and what we do. You know, when somebody asks, who are you? Chances are you lead with what you do for work, you know, or you ask somebody, what do you do? Like, that's the first question you ask a new person that you meet. And so I think that we're just going to have to reorganize what that looks like, and what our purpose is here. And it's exciting. I think that there's a lot of positive change happening. Within the negativity and all the negative stuff happening, I think there is a lot of positivity that's happening in the world right now. And you just have to find it, and you have to, you know, look for it. I think, you know, I'm out in LA, you know, in the first week of the year, we had those crazy fires. And it was so interesting to see how the community came together to support one another, you know, and to build out, you know, donation centers, and like people really came together, and it was really cool to witness and to see that. And I think it's something that is going to continue to happen. And I think it's going to require a lot of leadership and people to step up, and for us to not be so selfish about, oh, as long as I'm winning, that's fine. You know, I think it's going to require us to really be able to reach back to the next generation and people that are maybe behind us, to be able to give them a hand to lift them up, and then give them the resources and the tools, you know, empower them with the knowledge and the strategies. And that is one of my big purposes of why I feel like I'm here on earth, is to be able to do my part and help with whatever resources that I can do. I've picked up a lot of things along the way in the last really in the last 5 years, I've learned so much, but in the last 20 years of just business and just being completely independent, and, you know, not having a job since 2008, doing this completely on my own since then, there's so many things that I've learned and resources that I just want to share that I think can help so many people on their journey. And I think this is what it's going to require. This is what the next phase of our society is really, really, really going to require is leadership and people helping and sharing resources with each other and just looking after each other. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about this journey. I'm excited about the future. This year is going to present a lot of challenges. But just like they say, no pain, no gain. I think that there are going to be silver linings in every situation, and we just have to do our best to find it. So hopefully that helps. I'm starting a newsletter that I'm really excited about, of just weekly newsletter of just kind of sharing things that are on my mind, kind of going along with these videos and the content that I'm putting out. So if you're interested in it, I linked it down in the bio below. And yeah, super excited to, you know, see how where the positive comes from change in this year and how people come together and mobilize. And it's going to be fun to watch. So hope you're doing well, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.